Good morning.
Good morning.
We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are enjoying your expanding desire?
Yes.
Unfulfilled desire not a problem anymore, yes? It's an interesting word, unfulfilled desire. We would like you to be fulfilled just in having a desire. A desire is such a wonderful thing because it's a vibrational reverberation within you that is summoning source. That's quite something. To have a time-space reality that helps you focus to the point where you get a specific idea of something that you want. And the energy moves through you. Fresh, new desire. It is what life is. And if you could feel the freshness of the desire and not be discouraged about the manifestation, then you would really be in that place that you are from your non-physical perspective. That feels so wonderful. And you would also be in the place where the physical unfolding, the bricks and mortar and people, the manifestation part would happen easily. When you are unhappy about something that you desire not yet being there, so that your awareness is more about the absence of it than it is about the anticipation of it, it slows things down so much. When you are eagerly anticipating, that's a bit much. When you are eagerly anticipating the unfolding of something, now you're right there in that balanced place. We call this gathering the art of allowing, and it is really speaking toward that balancing within you, because everything that you live is about your vibrational stance, is about your point of attraction. And your point of attraction is only about the vibration that you are offering, the thoughts that you are thinking. And the way you feel is your indication of all of that. So as you stand, pulsing desires and beliefs, that combination of what you're thinking and feeling at any moment equals your point of attraction. That's exactly like the tuning of your radio dial. You know how you can get between frequencies and hear a little bit of too many things and it's not a pleasing thing for you? Or you can tune more specifically to a station that's broadcasting with a strong signal and you can hear really well. So if your desire is specific, there's a strong signal that is broadcasting. And now you're allowing is the tuning of your dial so that you line up with it. So if you really want something that you really don't believe, you got a strong signal that is being beamed to you, but you're nowhere near it, and so you're not having the manifestation experience. If you have a not so specific desire, then it's a weaker signal that's being beamed to you. So we want you to approach your experience from those two perspectives. How strong is the signal of my desire, and how close to it am I with my vibration that you might call belief or expectation? So as we're moving forward here today, we want to talk about a variety of ways that you can get yourself into vibrational alignment with your own desire. It is not important what anybody else thinks about anything. It is only important what you think. There is no other factor in all of the universe, no other person in your experience, no set of people, no circumstance and event. There is nothing that is affecting your manifestations other than you. And the only thing that affects your manifestations is what you think. So as we call this gathering the art of allowing, what we're really talking about is thinking on purpose. What we're really talking about is deliberately offering thought. And of course, those of you who have been listening to us for a while understand that what we are really talking about is feeling your way into the thought that feels like alignment. Sometimes people say, well, Abraham is really a proponent of positive thought. And we would say we are really proponents of good feeling thoughts. Some would say, Abraham does not want you to be angry. And we would say, we want you to choose the best feeling thought that you have available, and nobody but you can decide what that is. If you are in a place where you're observing something in your life or someone close to you, and it is making you feel strong negative emotion, you might call it grief, you might call it depression. It's strong, it's all-encompassing. It feels like your thoughts are dragging you around. It feels like your thoughts are choosing you rather than it feels like you are choosing your thoughts. And then some bright-eyed person who's tuned in, tapped in, turned on, feeling wonderful in the moment, sees you in your depression. That person, being a proponent of deliberate creation, may very well say to you, you need to cheer up. You need to seek joy. You need to find a happy thought. And you reply, you need to drop dead. Because you don't have access to that really good feeling thought from where you are. So when we say we are proponents of the best thought that you can find in the moment, or the best feeling that you can find in the moment, what we're really saying to you is this is really an individual thing, and nobody else can decide what that best thought is for you. Sometimes we see you in strong negative emotion. Counselors will discuss this with us on a rather regular basis. And as your counselor says, you should find a happy thought, and you say, I've tried, I don't have access to one. What we would say is, then choose the best feeling thought that you can find and stop calling it positive or negative. Stop calling it the right thought or the wrong thought. Instead, look for the improved feeling. So what we're getting at here is, in the midst of strong depression, being angry could very well be an improved thought or feeling. When you think about it, have you ever had serious grief or serious depression? That suffocating feeling where you feel like you can't get a breath of air. And bright, happy people around you are just obnoxious and annoying. They cannot reach you at all. And in your anger, you may very well find some relief. So what we are saying to you is, don't let someone who isn't inside of you and who isn't feeling what you're feeling tell you that your anger is an inappropriate choice, because it may very well be the only choice you have right now. And you gotta admit, it feels better to be angry than it does to feel that overwhelming grief. Now, we're not encouraging you that you stay stuck in the anger. We're encouraging that you reach for something once you get your sea legs, or once you find your stability, that feels a little better than anger. And there are some things that do. Annoyance, irritation, frustration, aggravation, overwhelmment. They all feel better than anger. And some anger feels better than other anger. There's some anger that is so deep that when you think about it, you seethe. And there's other anger that doesn't feel so serious. It's just sort of annoyance. So when you choose that annoyance, don't be upset with yourself, and don't call yourself a failure for not being in that sunshine and lollipops place that your friend is. Instead say, I am making improvement. I am making the best choice I can. I'm making the only choice I can. And once you get pretty consistently aggravated, then reach for a thought that feels better. Reach occasionally for a feeling of hopefulness, or for a feeling like you're coming out from under it. And don't be upset if you can't get all the way to what someone else would call positive emotion. Instead say, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better every day. I'm feeling better. It's getting better and better for me. I'm feeling better. So what we're saying is, if you make the best choice that you can, and that choice is, I'm just trying to feel a little better, I'm reaching for a little bit of relief, if you consistently let that be your mantra, I'm making the best of this, I'm making the best of this, I'm making the best of this, eventually and only you get to decide how long it takes. It's nobody else's business. You will be, it is our promise to you, in a very, very, very good place. But what we see going wrong with so many of you, especially when you're students of deliberate creation, is now the situation has caused you to feel negative emotion, and now the negative emotion is making you feel negative emotion. Because now somebody is saying to you, you know what that negative emotion means, you're not letting it in. You're not allowing the things that you want. And what we're wanting you to hear is that you have such leeway, and well-being is so coming to you, and you are so deserving of well-being, and the well-being never stops coming to you. It's not like you have been in a negative mood for so long that well-being and source energy has given up on you. That's never the case, because every desire that is alive within you has summoning power, and that summoning is happening. In other words, you will never miss your opportunity. Your opportunity will always be at your door, ready to pounce into your experience anytime you allow just a little bit more. So the stance that we would encourage that you take is, hey, I'm worthy, well-being wants in, I've been defining my desires, there's a stream of stuff flowing to me, and as right now, which is where all of my power is, right now I'm reaching for the best thought, then I'm making the best use of my powerful juncture where source meets flesh. And a consistent attitude of that will net you a fabulous life that others will revere as amazing. The better it gets, 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 the better it gets. And so we would encourage a new mantra. I make the best of everything. I make the best of it. So something bad happened, and I can't stop thinking about it. I'm going to do my best to make the best of it. I'm going to do my best to not think about it. I'm going to try to find some other thought that feels better. And when I do, and when I feel the relief of it, I'm going to announce to myself, hey, that works. As you find yourself thinking something that feels bad, think to yourself, there are about 1 million other thoughts I could choose. Let's see which one comes to mind now. So the art of allowing is really the art of choosing the best feeling thought that is available to you in any point in time. And what we're really saying here, we've been sort of rambling and babbling here for a little bit, but we're really wanting to get your attention. We want you to decide that you are the creator of your experience, and nobody else can be inside of you and feel the guidance system that is within you. Nobody knows the progress you made. Nobody but you knows that that anger was a good choice. And then nobody but you knows that the frustration was a good choice. Nobody but you knows the relief that you're feeling, because nobody but you knew where you were. And nobody but you can tell where you are. And nobody but you really knows where you want to go. Nobody but you and all that is source. So when you decide that nothing is more important than that you feel good, you've really given yourself the key. But we would like to even soften those words a little bit and say, nothing is more important than that I feel as good as I can feel. Or nothing is more important than that I feel a little better. Nothing is more important than that I make the effort, the best effort that I can make about feeling good.